Welcome to our lesson on comparing decimals. All right, let's look at the place value chart for a minute. When we're comparing decimals, you need to know the place value of the decimals. We have the decimal point, and then we move over to the right, and we have tenths, and then our next place is hundredths. That's how far we need to go up to. So, when you're comparing decimals, you have to line up your decimals. I have 78 hundredths, here's my decimal, and I have 68 hundredths. Here's my decimal for this number. And so if I was going to write them lined up, it would look just like this. Okay, it helps to compare the decimals by thinking of money, okay? Your tenths place when dealing with money would be a dime. And your hundredths place when dealing with money would be a penny. So if I was going to look at this in terms of money, this would be 78 cents and 68 cents. And so to compare these, after we've lined them up, we see that our 7 is greater than our 6. So we would say 78 hundredths is greater than 68 hundredths. All right, so let's practice. Let's compare these decimals. We have 87 hundredths and 9 tenths. So we need to line up our decimals. I always fill in any empty spaces with 0. It just helps me when looking at it. So if I was thinking about this with money, this would be 87 cents and 90 cents. And we know that 9 tenths is greater because we start with our tenths place and look at each number, and our 9 is greater than our 8. So to compare these, we would say 87 hundredths is less than 9 tenths. It's important that you know 90 hundredths is the same thing as 9 tenths. All I did was fill in with a 0. All right, let's compare these decimals. This one should be easy. We line up our decimals. Look at our tenths place first. We have a 3 in the tenths place in both numbers, so they're the same, and then we have a 3 in our hundredths place. So to compare these numbers, we would say 33 hundredths is equal to 33 hundredths. All right, you try a couple. We have 7 hundredths and 1 tenth. All right, so we're going to line up our decimals. Remember I said just fill in with zeros. It just helps when you're looking at each place. So let's compare our tenths places. We know our 1 is greater than our 0. So right away, we know that 1 tenth is greater. If we were thinking about this in terms of money, this would be 7 cents, just 7 pennies, and this would be 1 dime, 10 cents. So 7 hundredths is less than 1 tenth. All right, last, compare these decimals. We have 68 hundredths, and we have 9 hundredths. So let's look at our tenths place first, since that's the larger place value. So, So 6 is greater than 0. So I already know 68 hundredths is greater than 9 tenths. If I was thinking about this in terms of money, this would be 68 cents, and this would be 9 cents, and 68 cents is greater. So 68 hundredths is greater than 9 hundredths. This concludes our lesson on comparing decimals.